My wedding dress went missing an hour before the ceremony. I was standing in the hotel suite, surrounded by a mess of makeup brushes, curling irons, and nervous bridesmaids. We had a view of Lake Michigan, and my mom kept talking about how the weather was just perfect for the outdoor ceremony. But honestly, I couldn't focus on anything except my dress, or rather the lack of it. We'd hung it in the closet the night before, the last thing before collapsing into sleep after all the rehearsal dinner chaos. It was this beautiful lace gown, a strapless masterpiece I'd fallen in love with at a boutique in downtown Chicago. My maid of honor Jess had zipped it into a garment bag herself, swearing she'd be in charge of it until the moment I walked down the aisle. So, when the garment bag showed up in the suite that morning without the dress inside, things got real tense, real fast. My mom's face went pale, and my bridesmaids looked like they'd seen a ghost. I felt like I was going to hyperventilate. Jess was freaking out, which didn't help. She kept saying someone must have moved it, or maybe the hotel staff had taken it by mistake. Honestly, my first thought was that this had to be some horrible prank by my cousin Becky, who was known for pulling the most inconvenient stunts at family gatherings. Like that time she brought her pet iguana to Thanksgiving dinner as her +1. But this wasn't a lizard on the table situation. This was my freaking wedding. While the bridesmaids frantically called the front desk and Jess was trying not to burst into tears, I remembered my aunt had a similar size to me and her dress from the rehearsal dinner was in her room. Not ideal, but desperate times, you know? But before I rushed down the hallway in a bathrobe and flip-flops, there was this knock on the door. Jessie, this friend from college who was supposed to be doing a live stream of the wedding for my relatives on the East Coast, walked in, holding my dress. She was out of breath, saying she'd found it in a utility closet on the first floor. Turns out Becky had tried to be helpful, or so she claimed later, by hauling the dress around to keep it from getting wrinkled in the crowded suite, but how it got from her hands to a utility closet was beyond me. She was full of these awkward apologies and jokes about keeping things interesting, but I wasn't amused. Jess, though, went full loyalty mode, yelling at Becky like they were about to throw down in the hallway. It seemed like a pretty shallow explanation, but I didn't have time for a criminal investigation. We had 30 minutes to squeeze me into that dress and fix my makeup. The whole getting ready process turned into a rushed frenzy. The hairstylist was pinning my veil back in place while I was half stepping into my shoes, and my mom was doing that thing where she profusely thanks people as if their lives depended on it. When I finally walked down the aisle, it was like all those mini heart attacks vanished. The ceremony went off without a hitch, and if anyone noticed the bits of grass stuck to my dress from Jessie's rescue mission, afterward, over drinks and laughter, everyone just said it was a wedding to remember, like they do. But I still can't look at a utility closet without wondering why my cousin thought it would make a good bridal suite. So now I'm torn about whether to laugh it off or hold it over Becky's head until the end of time.